In the middle of New York City, in the midst of the hustle and bustle of Times Square, there was a figure that stood, and her voice rose over the din of the urban jungle. Just Sam, the subway songbird who became a viral phenomenon, enthralled bystanders with her beautiful tunes while wearing a hoodie and jeans. She was also carrying a guitar over her shoulder. Since she had first gone onto the subway platform with nothing but her music and a dream, Sam, whose real name was Samantha Diaz, had been on a journey that had been nothing short of a whirlwind. Her performances, which were unfiltered and genuine, immediately gained recognition on the internet, which resulted in her gaining a large number of followers who were captivated to her genuineness and talent. On the other hand, it was her participation on the show American Idol that brought her to the forefront of the national spotlight. Sam won accolades for her one-of-a-kind voice and fascinating storytelling, wow, the judges with her powerful vocals and emotive performances week after week. She also received recognition for her compelling storytelling. Then, after a few months had passed since she was declared the winner of American Idol, Sam discovered that she had returned to the streets of New York City, which are known for their unique and lively atmosphere. On this day, however, she was not merely another performer in the subway. She was a genuine celebrity, and she was met by hundreds of adoring followers who had followed her journey from the underground to the stage of the entertainment industry. The audience in Times Square exploded into cheers as she took the stage, and the sound of their joy could be felt across the space. The weight of her newly acquired renown was beginning to settle on Sam's shoulders, and she couldn't help but feel a rush of anxiety surge through her body as she grabbed her microphone. All of Sam's concerns, however, vanished as soon as the music started playing and her voice filled the air. The passion and determination that had carried her through numerous subway performances and arduous rounds of competition were channeled into each note by her as she poured her heart and soul into it. The audience moved and sang along, their voices mixing in perfect harmony with Sam's for the entire performance. It was a moment that seemed out of this world for the young vocalist, who had one moment been nothing more than a face among the buzzing crowd. At this moment, she was the focus of everyone's attention, and her talent was crystal clear for everyone to see. As she concluded her last song, the applause was so loud that it reverberated off of the tall skyscrapers that were all around them. As Sam took a bow, tears began to spring up in her eyes. Her heart was filled to the brim with appreciation for the road that had gotten her to this point in time. As soon as Sam stepped off the platform, she was mobbed by a crowd of reporters and fans who were all vying for her attention. However, in the midst of the mayhem, there was a voice that stuck out above the rest. It was that of a young girl, no more than 10 years old, who was holding a homemade sign that read, "Just Sam, you're my idol." She bowed down to greet the girl, and her eyes were filled with tears as she did so. Sam's heart was filled with emotion as she did so. "Thank you," she mumbled, her voice stifled by the emotion she was experiencing. "You're the reason I do what I do." As Sam posed for photographs and signed autographs for her devoted followers, she couldn't help but think about how far she had gone in her career journey. Her journey had been nothing short of miraculous, beginning with her singing in the subway and culminating with her standing in the middle of Times Square as the triumphant winner of American Idol. Sam was aware that the support of her admirers, who had been there for her from the very beginning, was the thing that meant the most to her, despite the fact that she was surrounded by the glitz and glamour of her newly discovered fame. She would be eternally thankful to them because they were the ones who had believed in her when no one else had, and she would always respect them for that. Sam took one more look at the bustling streets of Times Square as the sun began to drop over the city that never sleeps. Her heart was filled with hope and enthusiasm for the future as she took this final glimpse. Because she would always be just Sam, the girl who dared to dream, and the voice that captivated the world, regardless of where her path took her next, there was one thing that was certain.